Alright, welcome back, and now we're going to do an example of factoring a quadratic trinomial. And in this case we're going to start with the example where the leading coefficient is 1. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we've got to figure out what goes where. And so we know the first term, the first two terms is dependent on the product of these two gives us this, right? So in this case here, we would say this would be x times x. So we would put an x here and an x here. Okay. And then the last term here gives us the last two terms in here, right? So what are the different values? Well, we've got all the different factors of 12, right? So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, right? And then of course these can be switched, okay? But also we got -1 and -12, -2 and -6, and -3 and -4, because the negative times a negative gives us positive. So these are the different factors that could give us, that will give us 12, right? So the thing is which one of these will work? Well, that's where we come to the middle term, right? Remember, when we're factoring this, in the previous example in the introduction here, we know that when we multiply the outside and the inside, we add those products to give us the middle term. Okay, so the product of these must give us 12, but the sum must give us -8. Okay, so the only factors that will multiply to give us positive 12 and will add to -8 is this one. Okay, now we could try all of these until we come up with the right one, right? That's called trial and error. But also if you recognize, well, I know the product of these two must be this one, and the product of these two must be the first term. And I know that the middle term has to be the sum of the outer product and the inner product. So that means if I take x times this, that's just going to give me whatever one of these factors are. If I take x times this, that's going to just give me one of the other factors, right? So I know that the two factors here must add up to -8. Okay? And so if I look at that, now I know that this is going to be -2 and -6. Now again, the order which I did, it doesn't matter. I could have switched them. I could have put the -6 here and the -2, it doesn't matter. Okay? And so that would be the answer. So that's my factored form. And of course you can check by, again, using the distributive property. So I get x times x, right? So if I take this times this, that gives me what? X times x minus 2 minus, right? Or, well, hold on a second. Plus, no, minus. We'll do, yeah, minus 6 times x minus 2, right? And then if I distribute, I get x squared minus 2x, and then I get minus 6x plus what? 12. And look at that. I get the same thing. There you go. Have a great day.